You are not born to just survive. You are born to live fully, deeply, and wisely. But let me ask you, if life is the most precious gift, why are so many wasting it one bite, one breath, one bad habit at a time? In Japan, it's not unusual to see someone celebrating their 100th birthday with a calm spirit, strong bones, and clear eyes. Meanwhile, in many parts of America, people begin to suffer at 50, struggle through their 60s, and too often leave this world before 75. This is not destiny. This is not fate. This is the result of choices shaped by culture, shaped by awareness, shaped by discipline. Today, I will share with you the 4 key differences between a long, meaningful life and a short, distracted one. These are not simply facts, they are ancient principles, and if you apply them, they can change your life. In Japan, movement is not treated as an isolated task or a scheduled workout. It is part of everyday life. From a young age to old age, people incorporate natural physical activity into their routines without making it feel like a chore. Walking to the market, kneeling during tea ceremonies, bowing as a sign of respect, tending to small gardens. These are all subtle but consistent ways the body stays active. As they age, the Japanese don't stop moving. They adapt their movements to suit their strength, maintaining flexibility, coordination, and balance well into their 80s and 90s. This kind of gentle, purposeful movement prevents stiffness, supports joint health, and boosts circulation. It doesn't strain the body, it nurtures it. In contrast, many Americans lead lives dominated by long hours of sitting, at desks, in cars, or on couches. Physical activity becomes something optional, often squeezed into a small window at the gym or abandoned altogether. When movement is disconnected from daily life, the body starts to weaken. Muscles deteriorate, posture declines, and energy drops. Over time, inactivity becomes a silent killer, contributing to heart disease, diabetes, and mobility loss. The difference lies not in how hard you move, but how often. Small movements, repeated consistently throughout the day, build resilience. They train the body to stay alive, alert, and youthful. The Japanese understand this intuitively. They don't wait for exercise time. They live actively every moment, every breath with awareness. When you move with mindfulness, your body remembers how to live. When you stop moving, it begins to forget. Longevity is built one step at a time, not in a rush, but in rhythm with life. The body is like flowing water. When it moves, it stays clean. When it stagnates, it begins to decay. In Japan, food is approached with deep respect and mindfulness. Meals are seen not just as a way to satisfy hunger, but as a moment to nourish the body and honor life. Traditional Japanese diets focus on variety, balance, and moderation. Small portions, seasonal vegetables, fermented foods, fresh fish, and rice are common elements. Meals are often eaten slowly and with gratitude, which allows the body to properly digest and absorb nutrients. This mindful approach to eating supports long-term health by reducing the risk of obesity, heart disease, and metabolic disorders. The relationship with food is harmonious and grounded in tradition, not driven by impulse or emotion. In many parts of America, the relationship with food has become disconnected. Meals are rushed, oversized, and often consumed while distracted watching screens or working. Food has shifted from being a source of nourishment to a source of emotional comfort, entertainment, or convenience. Highly processed products, excessive sugar, and artificial additives dominate the modern diet. Instead of eating to fuel the body, people often eat to cope with stress, boredom, or fatigue. Over time, this creates inflammation, weight gain, and chronic illness. What sets the Japanese apart is not just what they eat, but how they eat. There is a cultural emphasis on hara hachai bu, which means eating until you are 80% full. This practice naturally reduces overeating and promotes healthier digestion. In contrast, the habit of eating until fullness or beyond is common elsewhere, leading to strain on the body. The difference in longevity is not simply about calories, but consciousness. Food can heal or harm, depending on how it is chosen and consumed. When you treat food as sacred, your body responds with strength. When you treat it carelessly, your health quietly erodes one bite at a time. In Japanese culture, aging does not mean fading into the background. Instead, it often marks the beginning of a new chapter filled with quiet purpose, meaningful contribution. Many older Japanese individuals remain engaged in their communities, care for their families, tend to gardens, practice traditional arts, or pursue lifelong learning. This deep sense of ikigai or reason for being keeps the mind sharp and the heart active. Even in their 90s or beyond, people rise each morning with something to do, someone to help, or something to learn. This sustained sense of direction creates emotional resilience and psychological strength, which plays a powerful role in physical health and longevity. In contrast, many people in the West view retirement as the end of productivity, a time to rest completely or withdraw from daily challenges. Without a clear reason to get up each day, many fall into patterns of boredom, isolation, or stagnation. This lack of purpose can lead to depression, loss of cognitive function, and a weakening of the spirit. The body follows the mind. When the mind has no aim, the body loses its energy and will to move forward. Purpose is not about having a job. It is about having meaning. It is the quiet voice that reminds you there is still something valuable to offer, something worth waking up for. Whether it is caring for a loved one, creating art, growing plants, mentoring others, or simply maintaining one's health, purpose keeps life vibrant. The Japanese do not retire from life. They stay involved with it. Their sense of value does not depend on age or title, but on being useful and connected. A life with purpose fuels the heart, sharpens the mind, and gives the body a reason to keep going day after day. In Japan, the cultivation of a calm, focused mind is woven into daily life. From a young age, individuals are introduced to practices that encourage stillness, discipline, and reflection. Whether through Zen meditation, calligraphy, tea ceremonies, martial arts, or even the way meals are prepared and enjoyed, there is a strong cultural emphasis on mindfulness and intention. These practices are not seen as separate from life, but as essential to it. By regularly engaging in such rituals, the Japanese train their minds to remain steady, observant, and at peace, even in the face of life's chaos or uncertainty. This mental clarity supports emotional balance, reduces stress, and helps regulate the nervous system, key elements for long-term health and longevity. In contrast, the Western lifestyle often pulls people into a fast-paced cycle of overstimulation. Constant notifications, multitasking, digital distractions, and relentless information overload keep the mind in a perpetual state of unrest. Rarely do people pause to simply sit in silence or observe their own thoughts. The mind becomes reactive rather than reflective, leading to chronic stress, anxiety, and emotional fatigue. And when the mind is in constant turmoil, the body suffers, stress hormones rise, sleep is disrupted, digestion weakens, and the immune system becomes compromised. Japanese understand that a healthy mind is the foundation of a healthy life. When the mind is trained, it does not panic easily, it breathes before reacting, it chooses its response instead of being hijacked by impulse. This mental discipline allows for a more peaceful, centered existence, which in turn preserves physical vitality. A long life is not only measured by years, but by the quality of awareness within those years. When the mind is quiet, the body finds its rhythm. And when the mind is steady, the path of life unfolds with greater ease. Longevity is not the result of extreme effort or sudden changes. It is the quiet product of small, consistent actions repeated over time. In Japan, health is not treated as a short-term goal, but as a natural part of living wisely each day. People don't need to rely on drastic diets or intense workout programs because they've built a lifestyle where balance is practiced regularly. Whether it's walking to the store, preparing simple meals, sleeping early, or engaging in calming rituals, these habits are maintained steadily for decades. The power of this consistency lies in its sustainability. It doesn't burn out the body or overwhelm Mind, instead, it becomes a rhythm that the person grows into and carries for life. In many Western cultures, there is a tendency to approach health in bursts, pushing hard for a few weeks, then stopping. People often look for quick fixes or sudden transformations, swinging between extremes of effort and neglect. This inconsistency puts stress on both the body and the mind. Without a stable routine, the systems of the body lose their rhythm. Metabolism becomes unpredictable, energy levels fluctuate, and the immune system weakens under repeated cycles of strain and recovery. Difference is subtle but powerful. It's not about how intensely one practices healthy habits, it's about how regularly they are lived. A short walk every day has more lasting impact than one hard run once a month. A light, balanced meal each evening builds more health than a strict cleanse done once a year. The Japanese model teaches that consistency is a form of wisdom. When small positive habits become second nature, they accumulate quietly into strength, clarity, and resilience. True longevity isn't won with intensity. It's earned with gentle, daily care that respects both body and mind. Japanese way of life is built upon a foundation of simplicity, awareness, and balance. This isn't just seen in their homes or food. It is a mindset that flows through everything they do. Whether it's arranging flowers, sipping tea, or walking through a garden, there is a deliberate slowness and presence. Life is not rushed, it is savored. This mindful approach creates space for reflection and connection, with oneself, with others, and with nature. In this space, health has room to flourish, stress decreases, joy increases, and the body naturally finds its balance. When life is simple, it is easier to notice when something is off, whether in the body or the mind. This early awareness allows for gentle correction before problems become serious. In contrast, many people in modern Western societies live surrounded by noise, clutter, and constant distraction. Life is often filled with more than is needed. More things, more speed, more consumption. This excess leads to imbalance. People eat too much, sleep too little, move too fast, and think too hard. The result is a disconnection from the natural rhythm of life. Instead of flowing with the seasons or listening to the body signals, many push through, ignore the signs, and seek comfort in quick fixes. Balance is not something found in a pill or a program. It is cultivated through conscious choices. It means knowing when to act and when to rest, when to speak and when to be silent, when to seek and when to let go. Simplicity allows the body and mind to rest deeply and function clearly. The Japanese lifestyle shows that when we reduce what is unnecessary, we make room for what truly supports life. A long, healthy life begins not with adding more, but with learning to live wisely with less.